Coming up on Inside 50 this week, we take you to the weird and wonderful town of Adelaide. We have a look at our next 25 and 25, and we preview this weekend's clash against the Power at Patterson Stadium.
G'day everyone, welcome to another episode of Inside 50. Great to have another win on the board in Adelaide too. That's the second. What are you doing? What are you doing?
Sorry mate, not sure if you're aware, but this weekend against Port Adelaide is our official match day for the Cancer Council of WA. We're selling these flags for $5 around the ground from West Coast Eagles team store, as well as any Caltex location around WA. They're $5 each. We want to create a sea of yellow here at the game. $5 each. It's a great cause. Make sure you buy one.
Let's get to the polls.
Good call.
Hot off the press, four-time All-Australian ruckman and 2008 club champion Dean Cox has re-signed with the Eagles, extending his contract. Great news. He's in amazing All-Australian form again this year, you'd say?
Oh, mate, no, I agree with that wholeheartedly. It's great news. It's going to lock him at the club pretty much for his career, and he'll celebrate 200 games with us.
Eagle Vision's happening this Sunday at 2:30. Cracking episode. We've got a bit of an expose on Shannon Hearn. Get up close with Sam Butler and his lovely fiancée Tash. And we've also got some of the boys in a computer game challenge, which is just classic.
Now, mates, have you ever watched a telecast of a footy game, any footy game, not just ours, and gone, that's a little bit strange, that's a little bit peculiar, you don't see that often?
Definitely.
We put this together because a lot of things happened on the weekend that came to mind.
Couldn't explain them. Reality TV networks have monumental stuff-ups while broadcasting a game, especially living in this new digital age. But I'll tell you what, Foxtel gave it a great crack on the weekend.
And there's Kurt Tippett. Gee, that's not a good sign.
Good to see the Fox techies pretty hard at work there.
Yeah, but how excited can you be working to the tune of Bonanza?
Not to be outdone by Fox Sports, Channel 10 threw their hat in the ring on the very same telecast with this perler.
And sure, I know you're really...
The magic mirror's on its way to find the lucky one.
Thanks for trying to cheer me up after an Adelaide goal, Channel 10, but for some reason, too out-of-focus groundsmen and creepy kids music doesn't really get me over the line.
Now, we all love Kevin Bacon, but this umpire took it to an extreme with his footloose version on the weekend. He probably should have tried to cover it up. I don't know why he tried to get up so quickly, but geez, it looked like he had a couple of beverages before the game.
Evolution is happening everywhere. Everything is improving, constantly changing. On the improve, it's even filtered down to streaking. And check out this bloke. Gone are the days where the drunk yobbo would just wander on the field and be rounded up by the super fit security staff. This bloke has run out to the 50 for the mad dash and bolted straight back into the stands.
Yeah, not good enough really. Pulled out of the contest there, and this day and age, it looks like Crow supporters can't even get streaking right. So look, probably the next point I want to point out. Now, how do you get the other team's best player off the field? Lynchy took it to a new level with this roundhouse kick to Scott Thompson's face on the weekend, getting him off with the blood rule. Genius, Lynchy.
Gee, commentators are cutting corners these days. I mean, even stringing two words together seems like too much work, so why not just mould them into one?
The handball in front of the substitute, but even. I'll get that out. Substitution even.
Now, this photo came out of the game post-match. Now, we know players always say they love their footy, but I think Shannon Hearn really loves his footy.
With so many weird instances and moments happening during this game, I guess this Crow supporter was the best one to sum it up for us.
Yeah, I was having a pretty bad day, to tell you the truth, and the team wasn't going too well, and I remember a high ball going into him.
Has kicked two in the game so far, driving ball forward.
It's probably the best mark I've ever seen. It's definitely as high as I've ever seen anyone get whilst I've been on the football field. Nick gets high, but I've never seen anyone actually jump on someone's head and then elevate more once they got onto someone's shoulders, which Sampy almost took another jump when he got on the guy's shoulders, and it was a fantastic mark. It was good for Samps to get up there, and I've seen Samps not long ago. I'm not sure if he could do it again.
With Samps, he was that type of player. He was pretty freaky, could do these freaky things, and I'm just glad it was on Embers' head.
That is one of the best I've ever seen, Brian.
Obviously sit on Embers' head. He's just lucky. He's just wrapped that he got in the paper for another photo, but it wasn't of him doing anything good.
But if you actually have a look at the photo, there's Adam Uze's hands are right in the middle of my back. So essentially, I actually probably should have got a free kick. But could you imagine that?
He's one of the better players that played at this club. I think he played 70-odd games in quick time. Probably won half a dozen off his own boot, which is exceptional. So
one of the better players.
And I did Hungary Jacks for the remainder of that year, and myself, Chad Fletcher and Ashley Sampi were a part of the signing, and I think me and Fletch sat there for 59 minutes of the hour because all Samps did was sign that photo.
Peter Molesso took a ripper grab for us, I think at Victoria Park, a fair few years before that, which our CEO had 3 still shots of it mounted and in his office for a while. I'm not sure if it's still up there, but that was a spectacular grab as well. But I think Sam's just got him covered, and yeah, he was a great talent, and was always going to do something like that.
Because that is one of the best marks that we will see in football.
Big clash this Sunday for Dig Deep Day at Patterson Stadium. 2:40 on Sunday. Get down nice and early. The outs, only one so far. Chris Marston. The ins. Mackenzie's back. Swift, Shepherd and Stevens.
Good to see Carlton and Sydney are going to lock horns this weekend. An opportunity to gain 4 points on those teams that are above us on the ladder. Polished performance against the Crows on the weekend. The only time that we've actually gone to Amy Stadium twice in a year and walked away with 8 points, which is great.
Nice, full point.
Fantastic players on the day. Matty Rosa, probably one of his best games we've ever seen. He had 31 touches, 7 inside 50s, couple of snaggers and 9 marks. He's just getting better, and he will continue getting better every game, plus his 100 this year.
Exactly, mate. And like you got to look at the guy's career. You look back when he was trying to forge his, mark in the team, and he was competing against, Judge, your Cousins, those types of guys. And now he's got his opportunity. He's relishing.
Yeah, he's enjoying that wing position. There is no doubt. Nick Nananui had 22 hitouts, 13 touches. He's just in sparkling form, getting better with every game. Also,
all his key performance indicators, all his averages on the up, all getting better from last year, and including this year, they're getting better.
That's right. Averaging 4 more taps per game in 2010, and you just know they're going to advantage also.
Yeah, mate, and we were on world record pace for hit-outs to advantage on the weekend with Cox and Nananui just feeding the midfield beautifully.
Daniel Kerr was one of those blokes just happy to get the crumbs from these 2 blokes. He had 27 touches, 6 inside 50s, just whammed the clock back.
Yeah, he's like a fine wine. 8th game of the year, so he's just getting better and better.
That nasty tangle with Dangerfield probably kept him off the ground for the last quarter and a little bit in the second, so I reckon he probably would have done more damage if he stayed on.
Yeah, mate, that brings us to the end of the episode. Got to mention again, Dig Deep Day on Sunday. Please buy a flag, $5. Caltex, they're at the team store around the ground. Also, there's a great segment on tonight that really gives you a bit of background behind the story. Anything else from us this week, mate?
No, we'll go to the top 3.
All right, top 3. Thanks for coming inside 50.
Kicking off the top 3 plays, Josh Kennedy gathers outside 50, swings on the left to Matt Rosa. He's outside the arc, has a massive shot, and that's an awesome way to end a brilliant game, Matty.
Great team play coming up here. Cox down the throat of Kerr, that is absolute vintage stuff. Bursts away from the pack, kicks long to centre half forward. Now where's the Frenchman? He's right there, takes him up, wheels around, bombs long to the goal square. That's unguarded. Ball sits on its point, but who's there to clean up? Mark Nikoski, great team goal.
Not a big surprise for our number 1 players this week. Adam Selwood kicks a little one forward. Jack Darling with a very clever little kick. Luke Shuey to Matt Prittis. Oh, that is a left foot check side. Goal of the round. Well, it's got our vote.